Welcome to part 2 as I get ready to get in the water on this trip home to the Bahamas. Grab the pole spear and folks, we go into the big blue. And right away, something you're going to see here. I see Luke checking out a hole down there, a little cave area. And notice that he scared off a couple of decent-sized hogfish while he was down there, so watch him coming up. And I'm going to go ahead and make a dive here. This is actually one of my favorite dives, and I'm going to show you why. And it's because this is what happens if you don't give up, because I totally shanked this shot. So I'm dropping down to the reef. We're at 40 feet here, maybe 45. And I see this hogfish off in the distance. And I'm going to go ahead and try and camouflage myself a little bit here as I come up on this guy. He's sneaking away. So I'm going to try and drop down right behind that piece of coral. And whiff. Terrible. So I'm going to reload. And as you notice, I'm not even putting my slip tip on. So I'm going to go for this guy again. But as I get down there and I'm looking in this little cave area, there's a much bigger hogfish there. And I let it go without the slip tip and able to brain this fish on the spot. So I'm coming back up, checking my watch. I'm like, all right, what is my dive time? What's my recovery time looking like at the top? Luke's been watching the whole thing. And I'm going to let him know, hey, I shot that thing without the slip tip, punched him right in the face. And now here's the... just a few seconds later, here's Luke. He's going down to that same place that I was just at, and he's going to go and finish this hogfish off for me. But it only turns out to be a retrieval because this thing is actually stone dead inside of that cave. So Luke goes down, he's looking, reaches in with the pole spear, lets it go so he can get that slip tip and hold on to it. You can see that thing barely had to move when he let it go. And he makes his way up, and I'm spinning around 360 degrees looking for sharks. He's spinning around 360 degrees looking for sharks, which you got to do when you're in the Bahamas, folks. And he has retrieved that fish. And you can see, it's not even moving. This thing is stone dead. He's just removing the slip tip from it. So that was one of my favorite little dives. Now in this next video here, nice little clip. Staying around the same reef area and bobbing around, and Luke is checking things out. And I'm on a mission here. I'm on a mission because I want to see how close I can get to a hogfish. Just how close can I get to one of these things and take it? And I've tried this a couple of times, and it's amazing. If you play your cards right, they'll all but just walk right into your pole spear. But here I am, going to drop down about 25, 27 feet. And you have to forgive me because my GoPro is a little cockeyed here. But you see this hogfish down the bottom towards the left of the screen coming across. And if you just look towards the bottom, you see my pole spear fly. I am probably 2 feet away from that thing. And another thing I do with the pole spear there is I pull it up and bring the fish to me. Come up, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this thing is finished off, do it in a humane way, and make it nice and fresh when it gets in the boat. The thing with hogfish, they don't have a big bloodline, so you really don't have to cut the gills if you don't want to. It's more of a hassle than anything. Now, what was I saying? I want to get as close to a hogfish. Just I want to see how close I can get before I take it. And sometimes they'll do all the work for you because, as you're going to see, hogfish are notorious for swimming in a straight line right in front of you. A lot of the time, they never turn to the side and give you an easy shot. So here I'm going to drop 40 feet to the sand and watch this guy. And watch how close. I think I'm maybe 3 inches from him with a pole spear. But most of that has to do with this sucker would not turn broadside for me. So there you see him, and I'm coming down, and I'm going to start picking up my pace a little bit. And he's looking at me. He's like, no, I'm going to go straight in front of you. So I'm like, well, I'll just take whatever you give me before you get into that coral head and hole up into one of those rocks. Pull the pole spear up so I can get my hands on the fish. Got Luke looking out for me as always. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this thing off. Do my job. Do it humanely. And this was actually a decent sized hogfish. I mean, I think this one ran probably close to 7 pounds. It was a nice fish. And as you can see there, I pulled my knife out, and Luke just said, let me have your fish. And he went ahead and took care of the business for me right there. I'm sure by now you're thinking, damn, Scott, you like hogfish. I do like hogfish. Now, we shot a lot of other things during this time. But let me show you dive bomb technique. There's a hogfish right in this hole. And I'm going to go ahead and unicorn this guy. You see his little head sticking out. That's all he's going to give me. So I'm going to just get in as close as I can. Boom, let it fly. Put that right into his noggin. Pull him up. I knew he wasn't going anywhere. He was busy watching me. Luke gives me the thumbs up, and I just straight dive bomb that guy. And again, bring him up. And that, I'm going to forget what I was going to say. So I switch over now to the sling. And this is the Gorilla Sling by Headhunter. I got a reel on it. And come in and tag this, again, a hogfish. Pull him in real quick. And I love the sling. And meanwhile, Luke is over to his pole spear, carrying something of his own. So that was fun. And I'm on that same reef using the Gorilla Sling. And now I see a really nice Nassau grouper nestled into the rocks on this drop-off. So I'm going to drop about 20, 25 feet. And I'm going to make a perfect stone shot on this guy. He's going to poke his head out right here, pull back, whack. Completely stoned him. Love the Gorilla Sling. All right, I'm Bahamas Scott. My boy Luke Malis right now. And we're going to show you why you never swim off of a cleaning station. Oh, mother sick, you get the rope, man. Take the rope? Took a flicking rope.
He's freaking gone with that quick.
What?